Great news, Aries. You have the World, the Four of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. A lot of you Aries right now, your idea of what it is that you think dating is very much so expanding, right? To a worldly level. That's why you got the World as the first card. You realize now that you don't necessarily have to date the way that you used to, right? People full of dysfunction trying to be with you, and all it is that they can bring is nonsense. A lot of you Aries are realizing that, the two of you should be able to get along, right? At least on a friendship level. And that's what it is that I'm talking about. That's why it's called a fill in the blank friend. The two of you are supposed to have that level of friendship first and foremost. Can the two of you even get along with one another? Can the two of you even tolerate or being around each other? And does the two of you even like each other, right? And a lot of you Aries are looking at relationships from a completely different perspective, because a lot of you Aries, right, you realize the Five of Wands. If a person is dysfunctional with you and the two of you are just more fighting, right, and like cats and dogs, arguing at each other's throats all the time, or I should say most of the time, you know the dynamic of the relationship. Because what it is a good relationship, you're actually supposed to get along more often than you're not, right? I'm not saying that the two of you are not supposed to have a disagreement. No, the two of you are supposed to disagree. That's healthy. But you're supposed to get along more oftentimes than you're not getting along. And if you're not getting along oftentimes, or I should say more than you are getting along, then that's one of the ways on how you know you shouldn't be with somebody, right? The two of you just got too many different things going on. So now the thing about it is that the Ten of Cups is really about how, and this is how you know that you need to let them go. So the Queen of Cups now and the Five of Swords really does represent you. The Queen of Cups is you. Okay, and it represents how, when you realize that the two of you don't get along, you really are supposed to offer yourself in relationship to somebody else. Because at the end of the day, you and this person don't get along. Why are you still in a relationship, or would be in a relationship with somebody that you don't even get along with, right? So now you have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups now, this represents a situation for you where it's you. And it's about your desires. It's about, what it is that you want, the qualities that you want in somebody else. But the Five of Swords, but once you are able to identify the qualities that, the characteristics that you want to see in somebody else to determine whether or not this person is a good match for you or not, and you don't see those qualities, right? And I mean non-tangibles, right? Parts of their personality. That's one of the ways on how you know that you shouldn't be with this person. Because if these people do not have those personality traits, right? Can they say no to you? Do they have the ability to plan long term? Those are non-tangible quality traits. Why? Because you can't touch it. You can't physically put your hands on it and touch someone's thoughts. You can't do that, right? You physically can't do that. Spiritually, you can, but physically, you can't do that. But the thing about it is that the Eight of Cups now is about, and if they do not have those traits, leave them alone. However, the Eight of Cups, however, represents this being a situation for you where you know when to walk away, right? Because the Eight of Cups is you having a better idea of what to look for when it's time for you to stay or walk away, right? But the Six of Cups represents, but obviously you already know the Six of Cups. People are trying to come back in and say what's up to you, that you are trying to get to know. This is what's making you more attractive. See, this is the thing that a lot of people don't get. Having integrity and dignity is what makes a person more attractive. Because having integrity and decency and stuff like this, that's exactly the thing. They're not going to sit around and say yes all the time. They have the backbone. They have the heart to say no when it's necessary. They have leadership qualities. They have qualities that other people admire. That's the whole point in the first place. I ain't gonna say the whole point, but that's part of it, right? So I guess you can say that. But that's the whole point in the first place. Having integrity is what makes you attractive to people who have integrity, and the people who do not have integrity at all alike. But what it matters is if you are able to maintain said integrity, because a lot of the times the people who start out having the integrity cannot keep it. That's what lowers their value, because they allow themselves to be dysfunctional over a course of time. So you Aries have to understand that that same integrity, that ability to walk away from someone who is dysfunctional to you, is the very same reason why they're so attracted to you. Now, dialectically, they are not good for you, right? Or I should say, yeah, they're not good for you. They're not a benefit for you, but they cannot help themselves but to actually still be attracted to you. This is the same spiritual, this is the same non-physical formula, spiritual and soulful formula that has people that I've dated or I was talking to romantically that played games, played all this type of stupid stuff, and they thought this and they thought that. This is the reason why they all came back to me at some point, because even the dysfunctional people, right? When I was younger and I didn't know any better, and I didn't know how to handle it, even they want someone around them that has integrity, that has decency, that has that level of that has that level of stability to them. So the Three of Swords now represents, and you're going to be able to see it because you staying away from them is going to be a heartbreak to them. But even though these people are coming back, you Aries are thinking of things completely differently. You're thinking of things more on a bigger scale, a grand scale, right? Because you Aries understand that it's not all about looks. You have to maintain your integrity. You have to maintain your value. I'm not saying that you have to be the most self-righteous person, but you have to maintain some level of decency to you, right? And hanging around certain people is going to jeopardize that. And you Aries are not going to do anything to jeopardize that level of awareness. So, but that's ironic, because that's what's getting so many people to be attracted to you in the first place, even the people that can't stand you. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. Page of Cups, right. Tower, Two of Swords, the Magician, right. Because you have peace, but they don't. They're looking for peace, which is you, but they can't stand to be around you, because the very same peace that they're looking for, those individuals that you are getting to know is dialectically opposed to. So that's just the stupidity of it all for them, right? And the Two of Swords and the Magician is about how, but they want to be in the position that you are in, where you Aries finally have a level of awareness and peace. But it's going to be much more difficult for them. It's not just going to come easy for them. So very much so, Aries, you need to guard yourself and guard that integrity that you have, and really kind of like Leo kind of ghost and like Virgo kind of ghost people a little bit. Kind of keep people out there at a certain distance, because now is a time for you Aries where a lot of people is on some BS. But that's pretty much it. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.